hello. Welcome to Double Talk. I'm Mark Steffen.
And I'm Michael Mandel. It always makes me smile when the camera comes on. Something about that. I'm in a bad mood, and then the camera comes on, and to see us sitting here, knowing that it's only going to be for a half hour,
makes them smile.
Makes
too.
me happy. Yes. Well, beer and vodka were advertised here, and we are actually going to do that. A friend of mine, Donald, and he's a person from Albany, mentioned to me on the phone. He said, what would happen if you mixed an IPA and put some vodka in it? I said, I have no idea. Right now, I still don't have an idea, but that's why we're going to do it.
Well,
and I got Mark here to help me out. And I'm using a martini glass to make it look classy.
I'm surprised you can't already buy such a thing in stores, because they have the wine and vodka mixture, which they put it in a fancy bottle.
They do. Like
they charge $14
the
for it.
blue stuff, or Hypnotique, or the
right. And I figured, well, they finally find a way to ruin both items.
It seems that beer and vodka would be like a scotch in a way, because it brings up the alcohol, but you still have that beer. But it wouldn't. Scotch is usually made out of a mash, very similar to beer. So we're going to try it and see how it works. But since it's a cocktail, there is a cocktail in Russia called Yorsh, and it's named after a fish that is very sharp and bony.
Would you eat a Yorsh?
Yorsh. So I'm thinking these are the Yorsh cocktails, and they're Yorsh, they're hers, they're whatever. So we're going to try. We'll do Sierra Nevada Torpedo, which is an IPA, extra IPA. So, okay, we're going to do. We'll just pour it in. I was going to measure it, but I have a feeling this is a non-measurable thing. We'll see how we like this.
First, we're going to taste the beer, then we'll taste the mixture of the beer and the vodka.
Yes, and to see if any.
And do we really need a swizzle stick?
We only need this if we have to mix the
that's
vodka.
Right. Okay.
L'chaim.
If you've watched this show, you know that we taste something on almost every show.
This is pretty good.
I really like this one. We do it for you.
I really like this one.
It's a nice beer.
It is. The last time we had beer, which was only about 3 weeks ago, we were doing lemon beer. We barely found one we could stand. It was Lean Kugel.
It's true, yeah.
And it was lemon beer. So this is just a straight IPA, and it's Torpedo. Of course, these are from Toucan. You get them individual.
So should we drink the beer?
We're drinking these.
Test the beer separately first, and then the vodka and the beer?
Leave a little beer in your thing. But I think we should have more beer so we could. Okay.
And now we'll try it with the vodka.
Okay.
That you want to mix or measure, right?
Yeah, so that they're similar.
Half a shot, basically?
Half a shot of this, I think we'll start with. So theoretically, it's going to pick the beer up in alcohol.
That's half a shot. No, too much. So, you only
well, let's see, because we only have a couple. Here, a little more.
Oh, gee.
Well, we'll see. We don't even know how good this is going to be.
I'll stir it. Rich bouquet.
This bowl is for us to spill it out when it sucks.
Well,
wow.
The beer makes a good mixer, doesn't it?
It's not bad. I mean, it's got that vodka flavor.
But it's not bad.
No, it's not bad.
It's not nearly as bad as I expected.
No. Thank you, Donald, in Albany.
I actually have a little bit more vodka than you do, and I still think it's pretty good.
Mine it tastes very vodka-y.
What?
Yeah, it does.
Well, it doesn't overpower the beer flavor, I don't think. I think it's a good. It's and even an even better vodka, I think would be even nicer.
That's what I was afraid of, that different vodkas would have different effects until you find the right one. Here's the other idea I was having, since people do Boilermakers, right? But that's drinking a shot of scotch and then a beer following it. What if you mix them together? Scotch, beer.
Oh, that's called a depth charge. You take the shot of.
No, that's an Irish thing.
And you drop it into a glass of beer.
Irish whiskey. Irish whiskey.
And you drop it into an Irish beer, and then you drink it all down.
Right.
Depth
so
charge.
That would work. How come
we'll have to try it next time?
Scotch and beer.
Let's try that with Michael next time. Yeah, that's not bad.
You can taste, this is a good, strong IPA, and I think that was the point, that the vodka would not obliterate the flavor.
Yeah, I think you need a good, sturdy beer to do this in the first place. If you got some wimpy American beer, like a Coors or something.
And so if this is what, let's say 6%, sometimes they don't.
Basically, we're drinking fortified beer. That's what it is.
That's right. And they make fortified wine, Lillet being one of them. 7.2% alcohol in this. This is 40% alcohol, but it's only a little bit, so it brings that 7 up to about 12%.
12, yeah.
So it's like a glass of wine.
Pretty much. And we didn't even drink a glass. We just had basically a couple sips. Anyway.
Are we going to try the next one? The other one is
Let's go ahead and do it now.
New Belgium Rampant, which is Imperial IPA. Imperial makes it sound great.
So first we'll taste this one.
Yes. Give me a little taste.
Before we ruin it.
Give me a little taste.
This is much lighter in color, have you noticed?
Well, that's because this is a this is extra IPA. Oh, this is a very aromatic floral beer.
Much different in taste than
Yes.
that. Lighter.
Yes. I was wondering if it was going to work worse on lighter beer than on a heavier beer.
I don't think worse, just different is what it'll be. And it could also be catered to individual tastes.
No, nothing caters to our individual tastes. Who caters to your individual taste? Your own personal
I
chef.
cater to mine. I am my own personal chef.
That is a really good beer. Do you like this beer?
Yes.
Which one did you like better?
Well, I don't know.
I
which
like
one
this Rampant. That's pretty good.
I probably need to try a little bit more of it. It's,
Yeah, you just want
to
to
get the idea
start
of it.
more. Yeah, I think I get the idea. I mean, really, you read a book, you have to read more than the first paragraph, you're just like cheating.
It's true.
You know, if you can't figure it out from the first paragraph, then you have no insight.
I know people who love books they've never even read.
Me?
You? Yeah.
I don't love books. I suggest books.
The Sun Also Rises, brilliant. I was at a party once where somebody went up to an author and said, I loved your last book. I've heard wonderful things about it.
I told Tom Levy he should read The Ginger Man.
Uh-huh.
I didn't remember reading it, but I remember
There's a
it was
movie.
good. Was it?
Yeah. That's not bad either.
Oh, I think that's much.
It's good.
It combines better. It combines better
it
because
does,
the flavor of the vodka is a little bit more in line with the flavor of this, so it's not fighting it so much.
And maybe we have a better
So-
mixture. You know what? I didn't mix it up.
It mixes. I mean, I poured it in. That mixes it up.
Pretty much.
Careful with that. You could hurt yourself. These
is
are
it for olives?
These are olive stickers. I mean, what do you? We'd have to put a hops thing in there.
Well, you could also do a tracheotomy on somebody with this thing.
That's true. So if you start choking, just I'll lick it. So
I actually know how to do a tracheotomy, Michael. Did you know that?
No, you
I'm
never
a trained
tried it.
EMT. People don't know that about me.
That's why you're on the show, aren't you? This is a
So I can revive it.
This is a pretty good drink. I would consider mixing other things with Rampant. Maybe like, dare I say, Aperol? You know, Aperol?
Aperol in this
Yeah.
and a vodka. Now we're getting carried away.
Oh, wow. Then we're talking a whole new world.
Now we're talking mixology.
So this weekend I made scrambled eggs, but I put tomato juice in it.
Yeah, on purpose.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Just makes them red, right?
No, it gives it a little taste.
I put
Gives it a
chopped
little
tomatoes
taste.
in there. That's nice.
Well, then that's a salady thing. That's like an
not a s-
omelette thing. That's like an
Yeah.
omelet thing. But this bonds with the structure of the egg yolk and the egg white and just mixes all together.
Yeah.
Makes it kind of nice.
Try some anchovies in there. You like that too.
That doesn't sound bad.
Now you know what? Sundays we're calling it Patriot Day,
Wow.
and because it's 9/11, so they attach the word Patriot
Day.
to things, and they assume we're going to just fall in line with it. Like the Patriot Act.
Oh yeah.
But anyway,
Made us take our shoes off.
so it's 9/11 Day Sunday, and which also happens to be the same day that the Plaza de las Cruces is having its
opening.
grand opening.
They're having a
finished
special Patriot Day opening.
with
Right?
it. Yes, they are. So there'll be big doings downtown.
It
5
means,
o'clock.
it means all of Bob Divins' painting has dried up already.
I hope so.
You don't have to get your feet sticky. Poor Bob, he couldn't work between certain hours because the paint was not allowed to be higher than a certain temperature
Oh, you can only paint during
during
the cool times
cool
of the day.
times of the morning and cooler times of night.
It's volatile stuff.
And I heard Brandon Brown came and helped him move things to. They had to put a coating on it, which Brandon Brown, remember that guy? Used to be in lots of plays.
Yeah.
Was a pretty good actor. Don't see him much anymore. Where are you, Brandon? Come on, get out there.
He's taking a sabbatical.
I saw him yesterday. He was looking pretty good.
And by the way, I want to clarify, last week we were talking about the election day.
I wasn't here, so I don't know.
And Chris Solar was filling in for you, Michael. And we gave the wrong date. I'm not going to say what date we gave, but the correct date is November 8th. Election Day. It's less than 2 months away now, 60-some odd days.
That's right. If you're a Republican, Election Day is November 8th, 2017.
If you're a Republican, it's November 9th.
They did that. They did that to stoners. They said, go vote on whatever the day was
They gave them the wrong dates, yeah.
Or though you don't have to tell stoners, they just, they just went past. Not that I know any personally.
Well, what I wish
the
Republicans wouldn't do is
talk about Hillary's health. Is
No.
Is that what you're going to say? Because I
No.
can see what this topic is coming up here.
Voter suppression is what they try.
Oh.
They think they can't win if they can't cheat. If they don't cheat, they're afraid they won't win. I don't see the Democrats doing this. Now, as you know, Michael, I'm not a Democrat or a Republican.
No, you're
But I don't see the Democrats attempting voter suppression the way that Republicans do.
No, they don't suppress it. They try to get more people out.
Exactly.
They are trying to get out the vote.
So you see, that's the difference between the two parties, as far as I can see. Now, talk about the election.
Oh, yeah.
What would happen
On November 9th?
if something drastic happened to Hillary? Say,
What happened?
if Hillary dies tomorrow, who would be the presidential candidate for the Democrats?
But your whole point is, if any presidential candidate dies while they're campaigning, and they've already been elected, nominated
In the primary.
by their party, they have to replace them.
How does that work? Do we know?
We don't know.
I guess the Democratic Party would come together and say,
No, because
here's who we're going to put up.
I'll tell you one reason we don't know. We never do research. We try to stay pure. If you know too much, then you're liable to make correct decisions. Just as this is why Trump doesn't know that generals can't be fired, nor that.
Says who?
That's law. He's not the guy. He's
I recall,
He's not the head
General
of the
MacArthur was fired by the president.
I wouldn't say fired.
And he said,
You have to do some stuff.
soldiers don't die, they just fade away.
Actually, Ike was a general, so one general could fire another general. You didn't know that?
Not generally.
No, just they couldn't do corporal punishment on them. Wait a second, we're moving ahead. You just had this, what if Hillary dies?
Yeah.
And you bring that up because everybody's saying, well, Hillary had a coughing fit in her plane, or she got thirsty, or her mouth got dry.
From coughing fit to coffin. Could happen.
If you fit in, yes. Trump says he's very healthy, but he goes to a doctor who's a madman.
And he's older than Hillary.
He's old. He's 2 years older than Hillary. So anyway, what if anybody dies? How much time we got? You got the time thing there? Because usually around now it's about time for our break. Well, okay, we got some time.
So we can't talk
Fun
about
things.
Yeah. Speaking of comics,
Are you dying? You're Elizabeth. You're like Hillary. Hillary did the same stuff.
I think of Hillary, I get allergic.
Here's some water. Here's water. You know what the word vodka
give me some
means?
fire water.
You know what this means
What does
in
it mean?
Russian?
vodka. What?
Water.
Oh, yeah?
Vodka. Water. Vodka. You want some water?
Vodka for life.
It's the water of life.
L'chaim.
L'eau de vie.
Yeah, this weekend, by the way, we do have the Las Cruces Comic-Con once again. It was a big success last year.
We had fun there.
We're going, right? Saturday?
Yeah, I guess we could.
We should go. If you see us, come up and say hello. Casper Van Dien, the acclaimed actor, will
Hit
be
that
there.
picture of him and tell us all that he was in. It says in the paper.
Well, he was in Starship
He
Troopers.
was in a lot of things.
I worked with him on a film called Coyote Rain.
Which he never forgot.
Which never came out. I think they changed the name. I intend to ask him whatever happened to that film. Part of it was shot down in Socorro, Texas.
I think they changed it to Dog's Face.
And that's where I worked on it.
Really?
It took place in Mexico. We shot it in a vacant bar down in Socorro, Texas. It was supposed to be in Juarez.
Well,
Juarez bar / bordello.
And there's one like that in Socorro, Texas? That was suited your purposes?
No, they hired...
You could have gone to
They hired
Union.
Hispanic strippers from El Paso strip clubs to be in there dancing, playing the prostitutes and topless dancers.
That's good. You make extra money.
So we should probably take
we're
a
going
break.
to take a break and send in those Juarezian strippers.
And we'll be right back after these words.
With the strippers.
You know what? I kind of like this stuff.
That stuff.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Burke, and I have a serious crush on my workout. Hip, fun, and always a challenge. Jazzercise is the total package. It's the only workout that I've ever truly loved. Does it show? That's because I'm in the best shape of my life. What a difference Jazzercise makes. When's the last time your workout swept you off your feet? Find a class near you at jazzercise.com.
Celebrate, celebrate, Fiesta Motors.
Come and see us today and discover why our service is second to none. In business for over 17 years, we have the right car for you. When you buy a vehicle from Fiesta Motors, we do everything possible to ensure your satisfaction. Located at the corner of El Paseo and Main. See you there.
Celebrate, Fiesta Motors. Where buying a car is always a celebration.
You know, that much food when you're first trying it out. We're having an argument on the break here.
Yeah, we couldn't wait till the show was on to have an argument.
GMOs give you intestinal problems. So does the wrong food. And you never know. Some people are allergic to gluten, and they're not allergic to gluten.
So then you don't eat that stuff.
Deadly thing. You stay away from it. But GMOs, when have they ever done a double-blind study on people being allergic to GMOs or something happened gastrointestinally because of GMOs? Because are GMOs a consistent type of genetic
There's been 12
modification?
double-blind studies on GMOs, and they determined that they're unhealthy.
I don't think so. Here, you want some of this? This probably has GMOs.
I want to mix it with this.
Beer is made with all sorts of chazarai.
But this will fix it.
I think that's a higher percentage of
How do you spell Hazarai?
A-Z-R-I.
You know, I was driving around town this week,
Sober?
and I come across school zones all over town. The yellow lights are flashing, the crossing guard is out there. There's not a kid to be seen because school hasn't even been released yet.
Maybe you're focusing on
Yet,
the yellow lights too much.
They're forcing us to drive thousands of cars a day have to drive 15 miles an hour for no reason because school hasn't even been released yet. Now, if they want people to respect the school zone, they shouldn't abuse their power to enforce it.
You know, we get a lot of cards and letters coming in. When you write in about how often Mark complains about this, he complains about it in the summer.
Every semester.
He complains about it, well, throughout the semester, and then during Christmas break, you probably complain about it.
No, but I will.
Okay. I just want to thank Don from...
Thanks, Don.
Donald from Albany.
He's still in Albany?
Who's a person? This is Donald from Albany.
Does he watch us on
YouTube? He does. And this is a great mixture. Rampant Imperial IPA.
Don should try
vodka.
with this right here.
It's really a good drink.
In fact, I advise everybody to try it with. You can get this at Toucan, right?
Well, he's in Albany, so he can get
he doesn't
other
have
things.
Toucan,
but a nice bright.
Walgreens doesn't have this.
Well, it's a weird
Kelly
thing.
Liquors might have this.
The Sierra Nevada. Anyway, try any of these. But what an idea! I'm really pleasantly surprised. Not that I want to drink more beer because I do have a healthy respect for gin, which also goes with vodka, and you can make a Vesper.
How gin would be with these?
That's another idea. Gin has more of the juniper flavor.
That would give it a more. Well, we'll have to try it.
Gins have very different flavors.
Well, you know, there's a couple of new restaurants that have opened around town.
We're still doing the show.
They don't serve alcohol there, but
because they're.
I'm glad. We're always glad to see new restaurants. We love Michael.
Who have been here?
We love food and we love restaurants and drinks.
Yes.
And Pancake Alley, the old standard out on Picacho, is opened up once again.
The place that used to be called Pancake Alley is once again Pancake Alley, which is the same 50s motif and pancakes. And the last time I was there were so many flies.
Yeah.
But you didn't have to pay extra.
Okay, well that's good.
So,
they're open for breakfast and lunch only. So
well, what else are you going to eat? I mean, pancakes with Schlivovitz?
Well,
no, you don't do that.
Pancake Alley used to have dinner also. And all the stock car drivers would stop there on the way back into town after the stock car races Friday night.
Really?
Yeah, it was always a great time then. But they're open. I'm glad to see Pancake Alley open. There's another restaurant.
You went to a restaurant that's been open about, what, 2 months?
Open about 2 months called Las Brasas.
On Loman, near San Pedro, a little past Tornillo.
Tornillo and Loman. Las Brasas, Mexican food.
That's a picture of their tornillos they make. Isn't that a food, tornillo?
No, it's not.
No,
tornadoes.
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 Oh, yes.
Or
very small
meat.
burritos.
I know. So they have a...
you got 2 chicken tacos. They were
gigantic.
$2.99 a piece.
They're wonderful. I'll tell you this. They have a salsa bar at Las Brasas. You get a cup of fideo soup. when you sit down, whether you want it or not.
That's always fun. You get that at Habaneros too.
This is right behind Habaneros.
It's pretty close to
Right
Habaneros.
behind it, the Charlotte parking lot.
It's right
almost.
behind it?
Yes.
Oh my God. Habaneros,
competing.
not to knock Habaneros' business, but they have great chimichangas, and I used to love their chicken tacos.
I like Habaneros. Is a very good restaurant. Very healthy. They only use olive oil.
That's true. They're considered the healthiest Mexican food restaurant in town.
No lard. No
lard.
No shortening.
So if you're going east on
Lowman,
Lowman, go to Las Brazos. If you're going west, Habaneros.
On Amador.
And you can't park in front of Habaneros. You have to come around the street right past it and park there.
Yes. So things are looking up for Las Brazos restaurants.
And we still have Alamberto's coming, which has a big sign in the old Golden Bull on Solano.
They'll be open soon, and
we'll
of course,
see how good they are.
When they open, we'll report back.
We'll let you know. Next to them is the Good Luck Cafe, which turned out to be a great Mexican restaurant. So the Good Luck Cafe is on...
Michael, I've tried to eat there. That used to be a Winchell's Donuts shop.
And
it's so small, I've tried to go in there, it's packed, so I don't even bother. Keep driving.
Nobody eats there anymore. It's too packed.
That's true.
Yeah,
right.
No, it is a good... No, go get takeout, man. I once took what I thought were fish tacos because I was trying them for the first time. I was taking them home. In the car, they smelled great. And I only have about 3 minutes to go from there. They're so great. I was starving when I got home. I started eating them. I finished the first taco. I'm going, that was great. And then I'm thinking...
Wait, I ordered fish tacos.
I ordered fish tacos. They were chicken tacos. But you know what? They were still
Didn't
great.
matter.
They were still great.
Some other poor guy got your fish tacos.
They just didn't bother making fish tacos.
That's why with takeout food, you always have to look.
How do you look?
You open up the container and you look.
It's not a container, it's a bag.
You have to look, or otherwise.
I don't care. Chicken tacos were just as good as fish, and they probably cost the same thing. And they're probably healthier because most fish tacos are breaded. Most of them are. Most of the fish are breaded.
Well, they shouldn't be. I mean,
well, you make up your own world. What's next? Speaking of your own world, what are... Well,
the mayor wants to head out signs to everybody to put on their lawns in support of the police.
Yes, and I think if you didn't have a support of the police sign in front of your building, you'd probably be broken into.
Well, see, if you don't have one out there and you get broken into, they won't show up.
So he kind of makes it obligatory for every house to have a sign called "I support the police" and "Yay police."
Well, people put the same kind of decals on the back window of their car. They're hoping they don't get pulled over.
Right from the
or if they do, they'll
police athletic league
or
something.
Break,
Yes, that they won't get arrested. They go, well, I'm going to give you a break this time, but as long as you keep supporting.
Yes.
Although that sticker on the back of your car is starting to corrode.
It's time to buy a new one.
Yes, to buy them.
Dan Sosa.
Dan Sosa, another person from town.
Speaking
Dan
of
Sosa
law.
Jr. Well,
long time.
Everybody respects Dan Sosa. He was a state Supreme Court guy. He lived just off of the downtown mall.
He was a lawyer.
Off Campo.
He was a judge.
He has his house is still there. I think my daughter lived in the house that he used to live in when she was visiting for a while. It's I guess a rental now.
Yeah,
we didn't really live through anything Dan Sosa did, so we don't know. But we do know that he's a well-respected guy.
Well, he's been retired for years. He was in his 90s when he died.
In fact, when they were trying to name the new mall, the Plaza de las Cruces, one of the suggestions was the Dan Sosa Jr. Plaza. And people just said, let's do Plaza de las Cruces, because that's more creative.
And yes, and it's more generic. It encompasses everything.
It is, and they said it's very similar to Mesilla Plaza, except for the name's different. But that's what it is.
It's a plaza.
That day is going to throw a lot of people off.
Yeah, of course, you always have to...
They think it's only up at night. It's going to be called Plaza Night Mesilla.
Noche.
Yes.
They always feel compelled to put the Mexican language influence on everything they do around here.
I know. Think if we had to call Las Cruces something Mexican.
Las Cruces.
That's our name.
If we needed a Mexican name for Las Cruces, what would it be?
The Crosses?
Ah.
How do you say that in Mexican? How do you say it in Spanish?
There's another town in northern Mexico called Tres Cruces. They have 3 crosses.
We have 3 crosses.
Yeah, but we're only Las Cruces.
Because it's a sort of an anomalous amount.
Just south of Taos is Tres Cruces.
I think we're getting ready to the end, so we better keep moving here. So speaking of things Hispanic and dying, Selena.
Selena
Died, how long did you
The
say
great
ago?
performer.
20 years
Oh,
ago?
gosh, it's
That
been a
can't
long
be.
time.
No.
The
Well,
movie
maybe.
the movie's 20 years old, isn't it?
Anyway, the singing, here, wait, luckily, you don't write down the facts. I can't remember every fact in the world. She's going to be here.
Selena?
Yes, her show is going to be here on the 17th, and it's a tribute show, and it's at the Rio Grande Theater. And do you see it here?
Who's singing the song? Is it a group of people?
Carla Perez.
I see. She's
And,
going to sing.
and I think Carla Perez could possibly look like that. If you look at the Rio Grande Theater poster, Selena is a very sort of voluptuous young girl.
So there's going to be a band backing her up? Is
No,
she portraying?
she's just doing karaoke of Selena. No,
She
she's
could?
going to do a Selena show. Didn't you ever see a Led Zeppelin or a Pink Floyd show with laser stuff? Or
Yeah, at the Laserium?
Yes. Well,
Up
this
at
is
the
going to be a
observatory.
Selena show, and you're having somebody else play her and do her music. It should be good, singing all her songs.
Okay.
You know, how many people are so good that they could tell them apart? So, speaking of another woman who is very strong,
Yes.
this woman whose name is
Annalise
Reber. She's a 19-year-old girl or woman or
She's a
transitional. She was walking out of the Walmarts, the first Walmarts as we call it here, with 2 bags of ice cubes in her wallet under
Ice
her.
cubes?
2 bags of ice cubes.
Of ice. Bags of ice?
Bags of ice.
Yeah.
Yes. And she's got a wallet under her arm, and apparently this guy, Christian Sanchez, steals it from her and starts running. She drops the bags of ice. She's got a history of being in athletics and running. She runs after the guy for like 200 feet, grabs him by, can I do this on?
Go ahead.
Grabs it here, gets him down, starts punching him. And by the time she finishes punching him, there's a crowd around her, and the guy says, I'm sorry, I had a bit of hard luck. And they keep him there until the cops get him, and then the cops get him, and they go back and look at the tape that shows this guy, whose name is Christian Sanchez, following her in Walmart, and he's got somebody working with him, Shauna Koloki. And so she gets him, poor a 19-year-old girl.
Good for
not a
her.
guy.
Love a strong woman.
Farmer's Market is this Wednesday night.
Downtown?
A lot of food there.
Food trucks?
Movie in the park.
Hotel Transylvania 2.
2. Those must be good.
2.
You know, if I were a kid, I'd still love it. I am a kid, so
Why
I will
not?
love it.
What's not to love?
Don't forget Gonzalez Nursery, who's a proud sponsor of this show.
Gonzalez
because
Landscaping.
Nursery and Landscaping, who's a proud sponsor because they've never seen the show.
Thanks for joining us. And
Take a look at the show. See us on Facebook.
we'll be here next week. See
All
us on
our old
Facebook.
shows. See us drink real stuff.
Oh, let me try some of this again, Michael.
Oh, no. Thanks, Donald.